Hi guys, I'm back with a new bullet journaling spread. I know I normally post on Sundays, but now I'm posting on a Friday because I've decided I'm going to post twice this week because I accidentally forgot to post last week and then I got sick, so I never got around to editing this video. This video is a very different kind of video to what I posted before. I normally show you guys a skeleton of my planning, so I teach you guys how to set up the week with all the days, and I teach you guys how to maybe design different styles of spreads with different color schemes, but I've never actually done one where I'm midweek and I'm actually showing you guys how I fill in each of my dailies. I bought a bunch of sticker sheets from sticker shops on Etsy not long ago, and I'm just going to be using them in my bullet journal for this kind of new style of planning. I took inspiration from the Coffee Monsters Co on Instagram, and I will be linking her and all of their shops that I used in the description box down below. I've been getting a lot of comments recently asking me how to write the way I do, or how to learn how to write in the font that I write in, but all I can really say is this is my normal handwriting, the one I'm writing right now. When it comes to my quotes, some of that is also my normal handwriting because I mix both calligraphy and just capital letters or things like that together to make it stand out more so that it's not all the same. When it comes to calligraphy, there are lots of ways to learn. You can go to classes, there are online classes, there are lots of videos online of people doing calligraphy. I think you can find them on Instagram. They're just short videos and people are writing calligraphy in real time, or maybe it's a time lapse, but you get the idea of how they form the different curvatures of the words. Another way to learn is just by looking. So how I learned calligraphy was by watching the videos and then also just looking at pictures of calligraphy and then trying to copy it myself. I could just fill up a whole page or pages and pages just trying to practice one letter, because there are so many ways to do one letter and you can vary your calligraphy depending on the kind of situation you're in. Some people also wanted to know how to practice normal handwriting. So if you have messy handwriting and you're trying to make it nicer, I would suggest maybe buying some graph paper. So this graph paper should be the ones with really small squares, the ones that you use for science class or math class maybe, and you can't do drills like the way they do it in calligraphy. But instead of doing it in a calligraphy way, you then make sure that every letter is the same width, the same height, and the more you do it, the more you practice, the better it will look. I know everyone says that it's just practice, you just need to practice lots and you'll get better, and it might really seem very futile if you spend quite a while doing it and you're not getting any better. But I think just keep what you started at, so keep the sheets that you used when you first started and then compare them to the sheets that you've been using after you've practiced for a few weeks, and then you'll probably see a real difference, because with me, I didn't think I was getting better at calligraphy whatsoever, but then as I watched more videos and I looked at more pictures of how other people were doing their calligraphy, I learned their styles and then incorporated it into my own style. I started to see a difference, and I was then able to actually do calligraphy freehand. A lot of people have been asking me or saying how I don't use a pencil before I do the calligraphy, but that's only because I've practiced for so long that I'm kind of used to it and I know how much space that my letters take up. I think that learning to write better, whether it be calligraphy or your normal handwriting, it will always be a learning process. There's always a new handwriting you could try out for the day, or there's always going to be a new style of calligraphy that you're going to want to try, and every single thing takes getting used to. So the more you practice, the more your hands will get used to it when you're writing, and then you won't even need to think before you put it down on the paper. I've been told my handwriting is really rounded, so if you're trying to write like me, think rounded and maybe it will go better. Someone posted in the comment sections down below the other day that the type of pen you use also makes a difference on how your handwriting looks, and I think to an extent that is very true. If it's for normal handwriting, I only really switch between gel pen and ballpoint pen. At school I used to solely use ballpoint pen, and it hurt my hands so much that I guess it just got messy after a while. You also have to press a lot harder, and the ink doesn't always necessarily really come out as smooth as you would like it with a ballpoint pen. So I then switched to gel pen. That's a lot smoother, so for the ones that don't skip, it's definitely a lot smoother. The ink comes out blacker, and as you can see in most of my videos, I'm always using a MUJI 0.5 gel pen, and that's because it's smooth, it writes quite black, it shows up on camera, and also it makes my handwriting look a lot nicer. So if you are going to go out and buy a gel pen, you also need to know ones that don't bleed on the paper that you're going to use, and you need to know what thickness you need. So I use gel pen thicknesses from 0.37 to 0.7, and depending on the brand, a 0.7 can be exactly the same as a 0.5. I see no difference. Sometimes it's exactly the same, but sometimes on some brands 0.5 and 0.7 can bleed, and that's annoying. So you need to check it on the paper you're going to be using beforehand, maybe just in a small area, because if you're trying to practice your handwriting and it starts bleeding, then you might get discouraged. So try it first before you do it, and it might be better that way. Having said all of that, even though gel pens can be smoother, they can also be more comfortable to use. They don't hurt your hand so much after a while of writing. My handwriting does practically look the same when I use ballpoint pen and gel pen, apart from being slightly larger. My gel pen writing is more dainty, I guess, and it's more thin, but on the whole of things, my ballpoint writing and my gel pen writing are the same. So you basically need to practice with both mediums to get your handwriting better. If you guys go on my Instagram ever, you'll see that I do some swatches of different pens, and that's also a way of testing out mediums. In my bullet journal, I have a page for swatches for my mild liners, my art line sticks markers, which are the ones that I used for the quotes that I've been doing mostly. I also have swatches for different gel pens I have, different ballpoint pens I have, different Tombos I have, simply because each of them reacts differently to paper, and also the colours don't always match the barrel, and so you just need to test them out so that you can see what colours you need, whether they bleed on the paper, so you might not actually want to use it on that paper next time. Anyway, I wasn't supposed to go on for so long about how to improve your handwriting, but I did because I got too excited. So this is me starting the next video, which is actually going to be up on Sunday. I hope you guys like this video and that it helped you in some way. If you guys liked it, please subscribe or give me a thumbs up. Thank you.